What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Play Painted Live. Sorry, just read something. Never mind. I understand. Okay, let me set this up. We're gonna play around with audio again. Oh man, I don't even know if this audio is working or what. Could be horrible. Let's see. Is it? Doesn't seem too bad. What's going on with this comment thing here? Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Oh no, we're back down to okay. I think it's this format. It's not good. I need something more lightweight or something. Is it just too chop or what? Let's see how our sound sounds. This format is not good. I need something more lightweight or something. Is it just too chop or what? Let's see how our sound sounds. The video's a little choppy. All right. I don't really have any. All right, I'm gonna try some. Wait, hold on. Before I do that, I will fix this stupid problem. I will fix it, damn it. Just give me a minute, people. Okay, so that's default. And looks like our level's okay. I mean, that should have fixed it. Hold on. How's that? Is that better or worse? Let's find out. I'm gonna keep talking. Is that better? How's that? Is that better or worse? Let's find out. I'm gonna keep talking. Sounds exactly the same. Is that better? Okay. But it's not getting me what I want. Try that. Sounds exactly the same. Better or worse? Okay. But it's not getting me what I want. Okay, we'll get to painting here in a minute. You okay? It sounds worse. Communication sounds worse. Sounds worse. Definitely sounds worse. Trying that now. How's that? I'm not sure how I was able to get this to work last time I did this. Still kind of messed up, huh? Not sure how I was able to get this. if I did. Oh, hey, what's up, Congo? Still trying to get my sound to work in Hangout. So I have to say stuff and then like, yeah, sound is still awful. I'll put it on here for a minute. Say stuff and then like, yeah, sound is still awful. It's a real like choppy. But I'll put it on here for a minute. Say stuff and then like, yeah, sound is still awful. It's a real like choppy. Okay. But put it on here for a minute. Say stuff and then like, yeah, sound is still awful. It's a real like choppy. Okay. But well, it went even more robotic. It went even more robotic. Wow. Hmm. Okay, let's try through the repeater. Better or worse? Still a lot of CPU being used. Okay, try through the repeater. Better or worse? Still a lot of CPU. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. Let's just see what we get. All right, let's try different. Let's try a second repeater. Let's just see what we get. Try different. Try a second repeater. Okay. Let's try that. There's a little bit of sound coming through there. Try that. There's a little bit of sound coming through there. It's more robotic now. I'm back to robotic. Try something. It's more robotic now. Back to robotic. Try something. I think there's two of me in another dimension. Let's see what we get. If I right. Okay. One repeater down. One repeater down. Okay. I don't know. It's okay now. That seems okay, but it still didn't get me what I wanted there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to find. Yeah, thanks. It sounds better now, but it's not what I was hoping for. Let's go to audio. Mm-mm. I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess we'll just paint and we'll see what we get. It seems kind of silly that I can't get my computer sound to play. That's all I really want to do. It's got to be from. It's got to be on the. Hmm. Whatever. No, it's gonna. What if I did? Okay, hold on. Uh. Hmm. Okay. Seems okay. Okay. And then what if can I? Seems okay. Whatever. Let's do it. Let's get to painting. Okay. If you guys want music, I can always cancel the stream and put it on something else. But nah, let's just do it. We're gonna so we got a few things that we have to work on tonight. We're gonna work on this guy here. This is actually a miniature from Wild West Exodus. And then we're going to work on some of the Teknes specialists. And I need to spray these guys out and color block them. Okay, so we're going to do that first before we get to the brush painting. Talk foamy. Is it not? If it's not good, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to do the same thing I did last night. Cancel the whole thing and then start over. So if it's not good, let me know. Here, I'll put it on this. So if it's not good, let me know. Well, we're okay. I just turned my volume on for a second there. Let's get going. I have to do kind of want to do the Mighty Tour. It's a lot of painting, though, for one night. I absolutely need to do the Galvanic Defender. That's important. All right. Hey, what's up, Blade Wolf? Woo. Maybe one of you guys can help me figure out how I'm supposed to get system sound through a hangout, because I don't know how to do that. And it's important enough for me to want to do. And I'm positive it's not the XSplit side. It's the hangout side. That Calico Kate, though, is my crowning achievement next to the sabers I painted. You did a great job, man. It does look really good. All right, here we go. Can I get this needle clean? Fuck it. I already go through my day having no freaking clue. Google Hangout may just hate me. Thing is, I knew I was able to do it before. All it needs to do is it needs to be able to just pick up my system sound. But instead, like, it's not the default on Google is the one that gives me just that, like, sounds like I've got the robot sound. It doesn't actually. You're working on Garitzi? Can I get this needle clean? Whatever. Should be good enough to spray. Let's hope for the best here. At the very least, though, Blade Wolf, your miniature will be done tonight. It shall be done. The Teknes stuff, I'm not 100% sure. All right, you get some done. Cleans. Oh, you need that. Oh, LA awesome. That totally awesome. That's what you're talking about, right? All right, let's see this. So we're gonna do some color blocking on the Wrath of King stuff. Why am I like that? Wrong way. Wrong way. All right. Should work, my friends. Okay. Let's get a darker gray involved here, like a German gray, or this is kind of nice. This little Panzer dark gray. Oh, this is a nice color. The piggies behind me are drying. I just finished sealing them. So now it's time to work on the specialists. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. Mine was okay. Interesting day at work. I think I started I prevented a civil war in one of the other departments. That was cool. Play painted you honked out honky honkable honky. Did you know that? What's up, Adam? Oh, hi, Adam. Welcome to the feed. You had a boring day off. We got some painting done, right? How boring can that be? All right. So this is a nice dark gray. Usually I have a hard time with this color, airbrushing it. Usually clogs up too much. This is a nice color though. Let's do the Mighty Tor. Took me pants off and ran full tilt into my landlord, tackled him out. What the hell do you do today? I'm actually imagining that in my head. Did you kill your landlord? Dog is barking. Do he bite? Kill my landlord. Kill my landlord. CILL. My landlord. That was an old Eddie Murphy skit from SNL. He was like a prison inmate that did dramatic poetry readings of his own, of his own authorship, and that one was called "Kill My Landlord." When SNL was funny. You know where to go, buddy. What's up, people? Pretty good, man. All right. I wonder if I did like low budget way to get. No, that would probably be terrible. Never mind. I have somebody help me out here. How do you get sounds to play through Google Hangout? How do you get your regular computer notifications? Let's pretend we're playing a video game and I had it on Hangout. How would I get the sound from the video game to play on this Hangout? Somebody can figure that out for me. You guys are internet guys. You guys know this stuff, right? You guys know this stuff. Come on, damn it. Come on, you guy. Listen, people had enough of you, PIP. Just expose that hand to the cool air for the love of you cannot breathe. What? Your hand cannot breathe? Oh, you're talking about taking the glove off, right? No glove, no baby. You know that. People had enough of my guff. Is that what you're saying? Dude, I learned something new today. So somebody left a comment on one of my live feeds, and it was on painting Gloomhaven, which is a stream I did probably 2 or 3 months ago, where somebody had commissioned me to paint their Gloomhaven, and I had no idea what the hell Gloomhaven was. So I was just sort of talking out my ass. I sounded like, a little bit like Beast of War Justin, because I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. I was like, this guy looks like a squirrel, and he has a dragon on his face. And I did a whole stream like that, and I was painting stuff, and people got super mad. Fans got mad that I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. I was just painting miniatures. So that was entertaining, I thought. You don't know how to do that because you haven't done a stream. No excuse, Blade Wolf. Just kidding, man. The Mighty Tor. It's a lot of I keep getting yelled at in the comments. I normally do get yelled at in my comments. You damn ingrates. Check it. Do it, Mighty Tor. Whoa! Uh-oh, the Mighty Tor fell. Oh, noes. Hey, look, that thing. Wow, it didn't even... Hold on. That thing actually snapped. Wow. It did not like being like that. Lollipop, maybe? I have no idea. Be right back. I want to read this comment. It wasn't a bad comment. It was an okay comment. I just realized like that video has like views and 6 thumbs up and 6 thumbs down. So it's like people got mad that I didn't know what I was talking about with Gloomhaven. I was just painting it here for a while. All right, let's glue that stupid staff. You gonna thumb me down? You just did. How dare you? Dude, 2 now. You didn't see an angry comment. No, there wasn't. I'm saying the comment itself wasn't angry. It's fairly benign, but I just looked at the stats for the video. Bunch of views on it, but like half the views are people angry. Apparently, well, half of the thumbs are down. Is this the? I have no idea. I have no idea. That this is the right one. This is not the right one. Okay. So I can hear music in my headphones, and that's cool. But you guys can't hear music. And I was like, I want you guys to hear what I'm hearing. Because this isn't a monetized channel, and it shouldn't matter. But technically, I don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense now? I don't know how to do that. Ugh. And this guy's just going to be a problem. What the shit, man? I had glue out here yesterday. What the hell did I do with it? The hell is going on in the comments? I think your bed calling you might be, ooh, I'm soft and warm. That's totally not going to stay unless I pin it. That is totally not going to stay. Well, let's give it a minute. You're sitting it out playing Fallout as a barbarian. Adam, why are you so angry, man? Why you show up here so angry all the time? Wow. See if I can get this to skin at least so that I can go on living my life. Hey, look, I kind of made it straighter. This is not going to work as a holder. I'm going to go with a shot glass. At least the shot glass will be broader at the bottom. Octave, is my fridge running? Yes. Why? Where is it going to? All right. That should work a bit better. Let's do some brown. Some brown on the brownie town. No one knows how to get system sound on Google Hangouts. You better go catch it. Wow. That was special, Adam. Thank you, sir. Okay, here we go. So this is pretty simple. So we're gonna spray these brown. The jokes are top notch. Are they though? Are they? So I'm pretty cool. Because Congo thinks so. What the hell? I need a second galvanic defender. The one that came in the Kickstarter bonus was all jacked up. Let me give him a brown hat. So if you're just joining us, welcome to Play It Painted Live. Let us know what you're painting or what you should be painting. Tonight we're dealing with Adam and painting miscellaneous stuff. Hey, what's up, Hoser? You can either confirm or deny if Greenleaf terrain is cool. No. Okay. Hey, Hoser, heard you liked that War Machine or Warzone. I like this like wind-up octopus thing. They call the Zalek. Yeah, but never. Oh, I thought you did, Jose. I thought you had a starter. Hey, Hoser, can you find out how the hell you get system sound on Google Hangouts? Can someone here? Can someone help me, please? Come on, man. All right. It's missing most of the walker that was supposed to be in it. Oh. Okay. So you did pick up something that was new. So we're gonna do the in mostly gold, so you can match everybody else. And you return it like 5 minutes later. To make sure you were checking the Bauhaus box to make sure all the parts were there. Oh, gotcha. So how you doing, Jose? Did a meteorite land on you today? Are we okay? Getting some chop on the vidya. Hopefully that clears up. Nothing major. No, just having breathing problems from the fires. Jeebus! The fires! So I guess there were fires today? I wasn't even paying attention. Apparently you have to, because you have breathing problems from the fires. Holy crap, man. How do you even, live in the Philippines if you... Because the air over there is horrible. A province, and you're in, by the beach or something. Anyway. Those are Izio firefighters. Whoa. So once again, welcome to Play It Painted Live. If anybody can figure out how to get sound out. Hey, what's up, Cameron? Cameron will figure it out because I've got no music for you, Cameron. And I can't play music because I'm in a hangout. I'm in a hangout mode. So how do you get system sound in a hangout, right? Because I've got system sound, I have sound playing through XSplit, and XSplit will play the sound. But then when I get to the hangout screen, when I get to the hangout screen, it doesn't give me the option to use XSplit audio. So I know maybe we're just sort of boned in this version or something. Nice bait, mate. But I'm in the beach. You stay at your family's island beach resort. Yeah, where apparently you get measles and awful shit happens to you. Like, why am I'm in a hangout by myself? Because I'm testing audio. So what I'm trying to do is I want to be able to play the Shadows of Brimstone music, or say Mansions of Madness, or anything like that over Hangout, such that when we do our game night, it plays. And the people in the Hangout, oh, thanks for correcting me, Hoser. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to do, people. I know somebody knows how to do this. Somebody knows how to do this. Might not be any of you guys, but I really use Hangouts. Some not really sure. What color am I using there? I'm using sun yellow. So when I'm doing like a gold type color, I undercoat with a brown, and then I'll spray this sun yellow over it to give me a like a burnished gold look. Because I know how to do that. Unlike Hangouts, where I can't get my sound to play. But I know how to do that in XSplit. I'll look it up for you tomorrow. I just don't know. I'm about ready to give up on it. I don't think it's going to work, and probably not worth the time. It will be worth it if we want to get back to playing some Mansions of Madness. But otherwise, not really. Good. All right. Do another layer here on this brown. Okay, looks good. All right. I want to play Mansions of Madness. Kind of sounds like yeah, it is a fantasy flight game. It uses an app to be the basically to be the innkeeper. And it has it plays intros and music and all this other kind of stuff. And the last time I did it over Hangout, the only thing I could think to do was add another laptop to the Hangout that did nothing but play the app. And that was clunky as hell to do that. All right, so we're gonna use this sand color for a couple things. We're gonna use it as kind of like a top level highlight on the gold. Okay, so it's gonna be a top level highlight on this gold. And then it's also going to form up the underside of the tentacles. So it looks a little too light for that. Maybe I need to pick a slightly deep color. If I can do that. All right. Then you can see I'm just going to take this little bit of saddle right there. I'm going to highlight specific parts here. Right? Okay. I like the gnome with the pig on the two hilariously huge swords. Yeah. Are you talking about the what's his name, the Iron Ward? Because I just ordered that guy. I was working on my Teknes list and determined that the Iron Ward is somewhat critical to my list. So that's looking pretty good. You see how light that is? Then we're going to shade that down. Just going to give Blade Wolf's skin here just a little bit of light. See that? On the elbows there? So he's got that swole. I'm back from the stove. Congo, confirm I'm cool. You know it. It's really fishing for that, Congo. Think of it this way, Congo. He's basically saying you get to decide who's cool and who isn't. It's a lot of responsibility, man. Swole. The swollenness. Like it belonged in Mordor. I looked up how to do music Google Hangouts. Bunch of troubleshoot forums with no progress other than using SoundCloud. Did find a website with a solution, but the website sounded like it belonged in Mordor. There you go. Look at that, Eric Venus. I think he's looking pretty good. All right. Here we go. I know what color I need. I need to do a color on the Zalex, the underside of the Zalex tentacles. Capital or Imperial, Cador or Signar, Empire or Rebel. Oh, I'm going to fail this test horribly. If that's the test for cool, fuck it. I'm an outcast, man. Black, blue, black. Actually, I think he's right. Because that does sound cool to me. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't know. I think it's a cool test or something. All right. Yeah. I am just gonna have to figure out how to do the hangout thing on my own. All right, so now I'm just shooting the underside of the tentacles. This color. This one looks like it killed the poor gnome underneath it. Hoser liking Imperial over Capital is uncool. I'm Imperial in both senses of the word. Dude. I don't even know what the hell that means. Why are you so partisan, Hoser? What did Capital ever do to you? Maybe you need to go live in Imperial if you don't like Capital. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. Octave Thorpe West Side symbol. Funny, but this name is like 12 years old. Give me a link that has a possible solution. Sounds like a plan to me. All right. Actually, I'm more of a Bauhaus than Imperial or Capital. How come you're not Mishima? Mishima's awesome. Okay, here we go. Doing a lot of painting. All right, guys. You know what? We are in a hangout mode, so what I can do is if you want to get on, let me know. And I'll shoot you a link to the hangout. Sound good? This is way too pale. I need. So do like blues and purples and stuff. That's too dark. I think magic blue would look cool. It's a dope blue. If you want, I'd have to clear the desk though. Yeah, but like, I don't know. I'm worried about the topics. Whatever. Whatever. I'll put it up here in a minute. If not, you know what we're doing. We're just gonna paint, dude. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. Ooh, it's such a pretty blue. It's a bright Zalek. Whoa. Whoa. People are bottling out. What the hell's going on? All right. Did Greenleaf send everyone to bed? Like, what happened? I like this color. Did you guys just get mad now that I'm painting an octopus? I'm here cleaning my desk. Okay, everyone's still here. That's cool. All right, give me a minute here. Cool. All right. Yeah, I really kind of borked the assembly on this one. Not bad. Pretty bright blue. All right. Oh, cool. Thanks for sticking around, Hoser. Okay. Still doing okay. Okay. So I think I'm gonna have to kill a couple of programs here. All right. Let's do that. Sorry. Still got to clear this sucker out. Why isn't that? Let's see how this goes. All right. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. And let me block a couple more colors, and then I promise you we'll get there. Promise you we will do some of the thingy things and the talky talks and the chatty chats and all that other crap that we typically do. I gotta just find a specific color here. It's one of my favorite blues to use. It is this blue. It's called Dark Prussia Blue. Super cool. All right. I really hope the Shadows of Brimstone, Swamps of Death shows up tomorrow night. That way, our other team, we can roll some characters and have access to the other 4 characters for Shadows of Brimstone. So that should be good. But that said, the set will have just arrived. So we're still going to be in the mines. We're going to be in the mines for a little while here, so that I can have time to paint the Swamps of Death set. And I'm trying to decide if I want to play the Priest or the Rancher for the other team. Since I'm already playing the Marshal on the Friday team, then I was thinking I would roll something a little bit different for the Wednesday team. So it's kind of cool. We'll have Team Wednesday and Team Friday. And because it is, Shadows of Brimstone, we can have situations where, if someone calls off on Team Friday, we can invite someone from Team Wednesday on to come game with us on Friday, and vice versa. The key is to have teams with their own unique characters and whatnot, so everybody has a character. Painting these little gnome guys. It's about as easy as can be. All right, so the Mighty Tor. Oh man, he actually does have, he has all this clothing on underneath the gold. Right, so I'm gonna paint in these pantalones. That's mostly where the Mighty Tor's pants are. Yeah, this is a sweet model. I just hate how I hate that the weapon, the pole arm is 2 pieces. Kind of drives me crazy. Cameron, do you own any Wrath of Kings? I know you've shown some interest in it, but I don't know if you ever bought it. I don't recall. I'm just doing some color blocking here for the Mighty Tor. Oh man, can't get under there. And I'm too lazy to get in there with a brush. But I'll get awful close. Would love to play it, but it has no momentum out here. No one carries it. That's true. No one does carry it out there. I remember, what's his name? Nathan from Monster was trying to push it. And all the War Machine guys there hated it. And he gave up. Whoa. No mistake there. It's okay. There. So the Mighty Tor has a little bit of stuff on him. Out where? Cameron's out in the IE. Not bad. Right? Let's do, so I'm going to use this Prussian blue as kind of a, use it kind of as a shade too. And I'll paint the little gnome underneath this color. There we go. Yes. Okay. Oh, IE. There we go. And we're going to do this guy. Come on, little gnome diver. Do your thing, little gnome. You know, not a lot of places play it, but I figured if I have two armies and someone was curious, then it would be a good thing. Yeah. It's a very fun game. One of my favorites, in fact. Okay. So far, so good. Now it's time to get the purple down. Mighty Tor already looks pretty cool. And I haven't done shit to him, really. All right. Okay. Let's do some somber gray on the parts that are going to be kind of a steel color, like the swords and stuff. Do that real quick. Do, 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 do. Real quiet night. It's okay. My little boy's fighting off a flu right now. So I might actually have to help put them to sleep. So I'll find out about that soon enough. A bit of a, there we go. I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna paint the blades of this weapon kind of a steel color. And then is there anything else that needs to be steel? Not really. Maybe, no, they all look pretty cool. Maybe this, They all. It does. He does look pretty cool, like mostly gold. I've always pondered just getting a starter set, picking up, and then just keep them on display until fate allows me to play a game. Well, the cool thing is if you bought a starter set, you have enough to play a skirmish game, which is crazy. You just buy the starter set. So I would say if you are even remotely interested, go to Wrath of Kings and buy yourself. I think the starter sets are going for like $10 right now, or something crazy like that. So it's totally worth just going down there and just picking up one up, even if you never play it. It was worth a gamble, you know. All right. Well, we're doing okay here on this painting. They're all moving along fairly quickly. There's not going to be much detail painting. The faction ones are. The 2-player starter box isn't on sale. Yeah, don't worry about the 2-player starter box. Just get the damn, pick a faction and pay $10. That's all I'm saying. Worth it. You know, because the faction starters have something like 30 miniatures in them. Okay. A couple more colors to go. This should be good. Let's do a little bit of this. This is a really light violet type color. It would make a nice little transition for the Zalek. It's just giving it a nice little bit of color. Like so. All right, so here we go. Okay. Doing well so far. Oh, I totally forgot. Oh well. We are really just crunching through these bad boys. Who knows? Maybe the Mighty Tour will be done tonight. That would be kind of cool, but I don't know. I'm not holding my breath, man. We're just gonna get as far down this road as possible. All right. Yeah, that's not good. Sorry. Actually need a different color for the skin of that guy, that boy. There we go. All right, and so now let's use the flesh. All right. So I assume Cameron's off looking at Wrath of King starter boxes. You have until the 27th, but if your faction is popular, there's no guarantee it'll still be there. Right, here we go. This is the epitome of lazy. You airbrush 90% of the model. All right, Hydrus will most likely still be there. The fuck, $10? Yeah, Hadros isn't as popular, but I don't know. Hadros seems somewhat popular. All right. Let's get some shading down. If I still want to get a hold of them. Yeah. If I went for a third army, it would be Hadros. But keeping myself to 2 armies for Wrath of Kings. That's it. Just gonna pick Shalhan and these dudes. I need. So now we're gonna do a little. The price went up to $21. Uh-oh. For a starter? Well, I don't know. That's still 75 cents a mini, but yeah, it's up to you. Just so you know, a starter box is enough to play in Andrew's tournament. So it still might be worth it. All right. Looking pretty good so far. Can't just defy. Shieldhand Celestial Host the starter. No. It's not a starter. It's just a, I believe it's really just sort of an add-on. I guess you could treat it like a starter. Now you got a whole dearth of colors on this thing. Kind of cool. cool if you can't justify it, man. No worries. Just come down and get a game with us at some point. There we go. It's kind of weird. All right. So here we go with the Mighty Tor. Pretty good. All right. Cool. Okay. All right. Mighty Tor. Mighty Tor looks pretty good so far. Let's shoot a black ink now. Blood Bowl comes out with Amazon. Sorry, Octave won't be able to risk. They have crazy hair. Why are you apologizing to me? Go ahead and play Amazon's. I don't care. I don't care. Because they have hairdos. Whoa. All right. Everybody's looking pretty good so far. Ah. Waiting for Van Sar for Necromunda. Really? Van Sar are like the technological guys. Jose, you're gonna play Necromunda? Do it, man. We got Escher, I'm happy. Yeah, do it, Jose. Play Van Sar. He always likes the Spandex Mafia. Sweet. Rawr. Think we're doing okay. Mhm. Okay. The ninja gnome there at the bottom. Okay. Last thing to airbrush. And then we move on to painting. The new Orlock's also not bad looking. Who plays Necromunda at Comic Quest? Did I just call it Necromunda? Who plays Necromunda at Comic Quest? And wait for Judge Dredd. There already is a Judge Dredd miniatures game. It's not the best, not the best minis I've seen, but there is such a game. No one you know of? But don't the normal like GW kids or whatever play it over there? I was just gonna say, like, if you wanted to get into it, you could probably find regular people to game with there based on who shows up on Tuesday nights. Supposed to be a new one by Osprey coming out? Not that I've seen. Oh. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure those like 40K kids would be down. You said, hey, let's play Necromunda. Okay. Couple of Zalek? Oh, you already got people to play with. Oh, cool. Well, there you go. I say go for it. Do it. All right. Anyways, it depends on how they make the Van Sar. They would make them buff guys. I'm just going out on a limb, and I'm going to guess GW. So buff guys with armor and bolter looking things and sword looking things. You know, they look like the fighty fights, like the GW stuff. And you still hope for a BFG remake. Is that fair to say? They look like fighty fight. Like they're not. They're gonna look the same. That's my major gripe with GW. There's the stuff ultimately looks the same. But you should go for it. All right, here we go. I think that's that. All right, now we'll do this. Oh. Actually, the Orlock gang doesn't look like tennis champions. The Orlocks. All right, let's have a look. Or you can just paint my Signar infantry and play Iron Company with Andrew. That was funny. Andrew hates Iron Company. Let's see. Orlock Gang. What? Orlock Gang. Let's have a look, shall we? Images. They look like Imperial Guardsmen with bandanas. Yeah, that one looks like Catachan. Maybe these are the old minis. These look old. Or the new ones. Well, what? 403? What did I do wrong? Necromunda Orlock. Oh yeah, these are these the new ones? Cool mini or not? Necromunda Orlock Gang. They look like those can't be the new ones. That can't be the new one. No way. Let's go back. Because those look like Imperial Guard with bandanas. Maybe this is it. This must be it. Necromunda. These are the guys that have like. They look like they have like the like biohazard masks on, and they look like Imperial Guardsmen, but like buff guys with guns. And yeah, those are the old Vatos Locos. Yes. Which, if that's okay, so if they went from Vatos Locos to guys with gas masks on, I'd say they took a step down. Vatos Locos look better. They do. These, I'm sorry, man. They look, the GW like aesthetic is the same. It's the same no matter what. Oh, that's a GW model. You want to know why? Because the guy's like roided out and he's got like a peanut for a dick. Like that's why it all looks the same no matter what. What's this? That's another gang. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. So there's those guys. Then I guess we don't know what the new Vansar will look like. So we don't know. Yeah, the new ones have the gas masks. I don't know. I'm telling you, it all looks the same to me. Whatever. But I'll wait for the cops to come out. I'll play the popo. Yes. What's up, Kevin? All right. So they're not bad. I've done like no actual painting on these because I'm a lazy bastard. Let's go. Let's finish painting Blade Wolf's character for Shadows of Brimstone. I'd love to be able to talk about his stats, but I don't have them, and you can't get those online. Taco Tuesday. I'm lurking streaming. Did you get tacos for Taco Tuesday? It's been a rare day of no tacos for me for Taco Tuesday. My wife and I almost always go to tacos. We have our favorite taco joint. Instead, we did Japanese food tonight. And because we always we're always um, arguing about if there was one type of food you could have for the rest of your life, what would it be? And we always, I always say Japanese food. She says Mexican food, but like in our in the scheme of things, they're very close. Like I would say Japanese food, but Mexican food is a very, very close second. And she would say the same about Japanese food. So I pose the question to you guys: Japanese food or Mexican food? If you could only have one for the rest of your days, or if you had to give up one for the other, like you could have all the Japanese food you could ever want in your life, but you'd have to give up burritos for that. You'd have to give up amazing Mexican food for that. Vice versa. You could have all the tacos you like in your life. In your life. My voice is all fucked up. Like you could do that, but you'd have to give up having sushi. Japanese, Mexican for days. Japanese by far. Damn. My stream is more weeb. And I'm on Team Weeb too. I love Japanese food. What Blade Wolf? I give up the grease for warm soup. Let me think. See. Um. Oh, we talked about this yesterday. So I'm gonna figure out what color to do the tattoos. What color do you want the loincloth here? I was thinking red, but you can tell me like what would you like to do? Red, blue, black, brown. What do you want to do for this guy? I mean, if you look at him, he's pretty much done. You can even see like his face. His face is done. Let's do let's paint the little toofus in. Red is more traditional. Okay, cool. See, you actually have the rare ability to choose your guys like all his colors and everything, and the other team, whatever minis I gave them, that's what they got. That's what they got, red or brown. Okay. So I'm gonna paint in them toofs right here. Do, 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 do. This is a pretty damn cool mini. And then we got to figure out what color to do all the tattoos. All right. In fact, let's go ahead and wash the skin right now. So we're going to use Flesh Wash for this. In fact, Flesh Wash may be a little too mild. So I'm going to thin it with a little bit of water. All right. Because you get Eric B, Indian dude. Eric B is on the cut, and my name is Rakim. And that's nice. This is just, it's gonna blend that airbrush work I did on the skin together. So it's not so stark. It's gonna provide a little bit of shadow. And it's gonna keep a nice, nice ruddy tone to the skin. I have half of mine to do the tattoos, like a kind of a wild color, like this, and then highlight it with white and make it look really kind of weird looking. And I think we want to do red because for the loincloth because it's going to stand out a little bit. He does need color, this guy. How dare I say that? So, funny thing happened today. Um, actually saw a Facebook post from like a white nationalist dude that was just offended that that white people and non-white people be mixing and having kids and shit. And it was such a novelty for me. Like I laughed, like, oh my God, that's still a thing. Like there's still people that don't like that kind of shit. And so I thought it was really funny. And I posted about it on my own feed, like my own page. And the thing is, I feel like I feel like what I was trying to say was not received. Well, that's not true. You can receive it however you wish. I just feel like we kind of missed the point there. For me, it was a humorous post, right? I wasn't posting to like get people to be outraged. Um, there's still people that think putting some color in the water is bad juju. Um, I wasn't but I didn't post on my timeline, looking for people to be outraged. But people like they thought that it was that they were going to show me some support or something, because he was saying like mixed babies, they grow up confused and angry and hating themselves and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I got two mixed babies, and you know I hope they don't grow up that way. I'm going to do what I can to prevent them from doing it. But it's still funny to me because I don't think that's the case at all. But what do I know? There could very well be some mixed race babies that grew up kind of feeling that way, right? So, um, so yeah, I posted it on my feed, and a bunch of people like responded, and they were, to show moral outrage. And you know what? If I'm being honest with you guys, and these people are my friends, and I know they're coming from a really, really good place. Like they want to support my family and all this other stuff because it's that's just what we are. We my wife and I laugh about it because like we forget that we're quote unquote a mixed race couple. Like we forget all the freaking time. Like we forget what color we are according to society or whatever. Like it's just not. It's just that unimportant to us. But anyways, so we had a good laugh over it and whatever. But people were like upset or offended on our behalf. They were outraged on our behalf. And if you want my honest opinion, I feel like I did something wrong by posting that because that's how people responded to it. Um, that's not that wasn't what I was hoping for from my friends. Okay, let me explain for a minute where I'm coming from. Um, I think that moral outrage, while a natural feeling, is usually the wrong reaction to something like that. In my opinion, it's the easy way out, right? It's the emotional plea. It's the oh, this offended me, so I'm going to be super angry, and and then I'm going to do something. This person's unreasonable, so I'm going to respond by doing some other unreasonable shit, trying to get them fired from their job, all the other stuff I'm sure you've heard of. It comes from that. It comes from people being morally outraged and feeling like they get to do something about it. You know what I mean? I think that's the fucking wrongest shit. I think that's what's wrong. A lot of what's wrong in the public sphere and how we handle things, disagreements, things that are even if they're hateful or whatever. Um, I just think that's the wrong way to go. I think it's the most dangerous way to go, because because the fact of the matter is, anytime you give into your emotion and you allow people to manipulate you by emotional appeals, like, dangerous shit happens when you do that. No matter how good your intentions are, but no, 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 this is different. This is different, you say. No, it's not. Think about this for a second. If you think about, you know, Salem witch burnings, public hangings, lynchings, Jim Crow rights, you think about, anti-homosexuality laws, you think about miscegenation laws. How are those campaigned? Like, how do they make that pass? They appeal to the public's sense of moral upstanding. They make a moral and emotional appeal to people. Oh, that's not right. People are, black people are marrying good white Christian women. We can't have that. We have a moral obligation to protect our. It comes from the same place. So when people are mad about, um, they're mad about some bigot on the internet or whatever, and they make some moral plea or some moral stand. We won't stand for this. I can't. It, it's the same fucking thing, man. You, you. That's not the strategy. And if anything, what you're doing is you're actually emboldening. Emboldening, is that the right word? You're emboldening people in their convictions, because if you take them seriously, then you're giving them more credence that way. I mean, it's totally ass backwards the way we handle it. Like, you know, if somebody comes along, we're gonna do a little skit with the miniatures, because I used to do this on my channel. It's super funny. And I'm gonna pick on Emma Frost here. Poor Emma. Beautiful miniature, by the way. We love you, Emma. Don't worry. Uh, so, like, Emma Frost goes down the street and she's like, white power and all this other stuff, right? And you have, like, Arkham Knight. He's gonna come by and he's like, no, no, we can't stand for this, and I'm outraged and I'm offended and I'm gonna deplatform you and I'm gonna take you serious. Oh no, we can't allow this sort of hatred to breed in our society. Like, and this guy starts, like, pounding his fist on the podium, and before you know it, and this person's going, wow, this guy is really afraid of me. I must be onto something. I must have struck a nerve. I must actually be right. So I'm going to cling even more to my to my own moral superiority. And this person's going to do the same thing. They're going to cling more to their moral superiority. And then it becomes less about trying to protect people and more about how badly can you fuck the other person. How badly can you fuck the other group and take their rights away and grind them into dust, right? And before you know it, this person who's talking about hate and this person who's talking about not hate, they're the same fucking person, because they're doing the same two things to themselves. Their tactics and their ideologies spring from the same thing, that I'm better than you are. I know what's right. and therefore I'm going to take control of the situation. I'm going to take you seriously, and I'm going to shut you down. And if you want my opinion, you need to do the opposite of that. You need to do the opposite of what people are doing now. Okay. Um, First off, if you are, I was talking to a bunch of people about this today, and I was like, I actually had made, at one point in my life, I actually had made friends with a skinhead, which is weird, right? I made friends with the skinhead. Um, I'm gonna pick a cool blue while we're ranting here. Um, and he was a younger guy. He was a younger kid, and he grew up in an area where that was a heavy minority population, and they always were quick to point out, hey, white people have you know discriminated against us and mistreated us and all this other kind of stuff. And they were angry at white people for doing this kind of stuff. But then, but him being in that community, that all that backlash and stuff would often fall on him. And so, I'm not trying to justify his beliefs, but you can at least see, oh, that's where it started, right? He grew up in an area where he was on the back foot, and he felt like, hey, he wasn't given a fair share. He didn't get to choose the color of his skin. I mean, if anything, he kind of understands where they're coming from, right? But he didn't get the fair deal. And instead of, uh, instead of growing up to be tolerant of other people and other cultures and other ethnicities, he felt like he had to spend his time defending the white race or defending whatever the hell he stood for. And when that goes out of control and you start controlling you start manipulating people through fear and their emotions and all that kind of stuff, well, hell, that's what you get, man. You get that you get these people, you get these like white nationalists or bigots, and not just white nationalists. I mean, you can pick your hate group, and that's where they start. But anyways, so I befriended this guy, um, and we became friends through this hobby, believe it or not, because he liked this hobby and so did I. And but it had come out that he he was maybe not a white nationalist, but like a white identitarian, right? He believed in racial purity. He didn't want uh, white men and women to marry and procreate with other races, right? And me, man. Not like I didn't have any kids at the time, but that's kind of my MO. Like that's kind of what we do. You know what I mean? Um, but and he knew this about me because uh, because I was with a white woman at the time. Like he knew this about me, and he didn't protect me, and that was the start, right? He didn't agree with what I was doing, but he liked me, and he knew like he told me in his own words he considered me to be a good person and didn't harbor any hatred or anything against me. Um, and I was like, that's cool. I wanted to, um, I wanted to kind of over time, just through the process of maintaining a friendship with somebody, to kind of changes his ideas about that. And if he never changed his ideas, then I still would say, he's not this completely awful person. I don't agree with him, and I would, and I would fight for, any sort of legal battle to maintain equality. I don't think that's what he was after anyway. Um, but yeah, if you really wanted to change someone, the real meaningful way to do it is on an individual level, and it takes years and years and years. And that's what you have to do. And it's a hard fucking thing to do something like that. It's super hard. He ended up moving away, and that was a shame because I was like, we could have been friends longer. And who knows? Maybe he's kind of grown up or out of that ideology. I don't know. Maybe he's gotten worse. But anyways, so there's that aspect of it, and that's super hard. But how do you, as a in the public sphere, how do you deal with shit like that on a wider scale? Well, I think that it's the opposite of what we do, of what most people do, which is to, proclaim their moral outrage and then, spend the rest of the time either making fun of the person. Well, no, not making fun of the person, but like threatening them, threatening to take their jobs away, or that kind of thing. I think that ultimately, the response that you want from people is, you want them to be able to laugh at stuff like this and belittle it. And I know I've said this before on feed. This is just my opinion. Like, this is my personal take on it. I think that's way more powerful. I think you reduce this whole intimidation and all this other. You reduce a fear-based ideology into a joke by laughing at it, and you reduce it down to nothing, and it's meaningless to you because you can laugh at it, because you can joke around. And that's pretty powerful in my book. I think that's uh, ultimately where you want to go with this kind of stuff, because I think we had it right before, when you could, when Dave Chappelle and all this was doing, when he did skits about a black white supremacist, and how fucking wild was that, and how funny was that. It's, yeah, I mean, the subject matter is scary and real, and but he reduced them down to a joke. He reduced it down to, these people are a source of comedy and they're not to be taken seriously. But they're allowed, like, let them air their stupidity out in the public sphere. Like, let them explain just how flawed and stupid their ideology is, and let the public sphere take that apart and ridicule it, because this is the age of troll. You know what I mean? The funnier side is gonna win, in my opinion. If you can't, because laughter, God, I'm all over the place. Because you can make animals angry. You can make animals emotional and upset, and arguably even offended. But you know what you can't? It, you know what is a much more sophisticated social response is humor, responding to humor, and having a good sense of humor. That's harder. It's more advanced, but if you can get people to laugh, people who hate each other, if you can get people who hate each other to laugh, that's a super, super powerful thing. And if you can get people to laugh at how stupid an ideology is and completely just sort of disarm it, that's a super powerful thing. Like, I never got into this white racial purity. Purebred dogs are like the weakest and die more than mutts. Human metaphor is there, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can get into the nuts and bolts of the ideology. It's a stupid ideology. I think when they say, I think there is a strong point to saying, hey, the Western world, the European identity has a culture. The American identity has a culture. It's not intrinsically related to skin color or ethnicity, especially not the American culture, right? Guys like, this white nationalist or whatever, the blood and soil guys or whatever, they can say blood and soil all they fucking want about America, but hell, I'm just as American as they are. You know what I mean? I was born on this soil just like they are. And I'm entitled to everything that they are. So that's kind of a flawed premise. It's if you were to say there is an identity, there's an American identity or a culture and a history that we'd like to celebrate, I would agree. And I'd like to celebrate it too. And, same with the European culture. That's where I think we go too far. Oh, good night, Cameron. Um, that's where I think we go too far. You know what I mean? If we're attacking people that want to celebrate Oktoberfest or anything like that, like because it's a white Western heritage, like fuck you, man. I love Oktoberfest. Yeah, beer and pretzels. Like what is the matter with you? Why would you stand between people and awesome lederhosen and beer and pretzels? Like that's a cultural thing. Let's celebrate that. Why you got to be a dick? Why you got to say that there's no culture there? Like yeah, like that's fucking bigoted. That's bigoted. That's the same. It's what I'm keep telling people. Like you're this whole the movements today are based on the same hate that they purport to be against, and it's stupid. It's very stupid. Um, yeah, but that's the thing. It's like so I posted it on my feed, and a lot of people were posting their outrage at it, and I was disappointed. I'm like, you're missing the point. Like, get in there and clown that dude. Don't don't get like sanctimonious or solemn or feel bad. Like, don't fucking treat us like sympathy case or anything like that. Like, get in there and clown that motherfucker and laugh. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Like the whole, oh, I feel so bad because of the thing. Like that does nothing except empower somebody like a dick like that. It's like, oh, you see, they're taking me seriously. You see, they're offended by me. They're outraged by me. I get to be the dope bad guy in this whole thing, and these people are gonna be upset by my presence. Nah, man, don't give them that much power. Don't give them any power like that. Like they're a joke, and treat them like a joke. Like make sure they know that they're a joke. Make sure they know that they're laughable. Give them all the airtime they want to prove to you how stupid their ideologies are, and then laugh at them. Gosh, Octave, don't appropriate my Oktoberfest cultures, bro. For real though, I will do that. That's the other thing too. Uh, this whole ideology, this ideology of we're race mixing. It's really interesting because the white nationalists they will um, look at race mixing to go, okay, like I'm Filipino, my wife is white, so they'll go, oh, so that family is culturally impure, and their culture is going to be Filipino, which is extremely telling. Because are you saying that white culture is a recessive culture? You know what I mean? Are you saying that? Are you agreeing with a lot of like the radical left when they say that white people don't have a just gets overshadowed and absorbed by every other culture? Because that's kind of where you're operating from. Again, hypocrisy and stupidity. Like you're like, why would skinheads think that? Right? My kids are half Filipino and they're half white. And everyone says, but the denominators say, oh, your kids are half Filipino. They're also half white. So if we're going to talk about, cultural appropriation, they are part of two cultures. So if they want to go to Oktoberfest and you want to bitch, I'm picking on you, Congo, but like, and they want to bitch about it. Oh, how can your kids culturally appropriate? No, they're also half white. Yeah, it's true. If you are half white and half black, you're half white and you're half black. But everybody will say, "Oh, he's half black." But and it kind of insinuates that white isn't a thing, like white, like the white part of the ethnicity. Oh no, that's just a default or a submissive state. And it's really interesting. Like, why do you want to operate around that principle if you're a white nationalist? Doesn't make sense. More like, oh yeah, it's a big fear they don't understand. Really, love is love. Yeah, yeah, I get that. It's a broader point there. More like being Filipino in 350 years of white colonization. We're effectively white culturally. No, I disagree with that. I do. I disagree with that. We're, I would say, Filipinos share a lot in common with Hispanic culture, but they also share a lot in common with Chinese culture. They share a lot in common with Malaysian culture. Like I don't agree with that at all, Jose. I don't know. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't see it that way. I see I see Filipino culture as being very eclectic. Um, you know, 9-0 with none of this. What? What? Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's kind of an exercise in stupidity. The whole, we're gonna play this identity politics game or whatever. But in my opinion, that's a dead argument. It's a dead argument. Like we already kind of know where everything should go there. My issue is if you're really interested in affecting something on a larger scale than an individual level, which again, individual level is still the most powerful way to affect it. Um, then it's got to be, in my opinion, you got to let these groups out. You got to let them talk in public, and then you use advanced shit. You used humor. You don't use you don't go cry and ask them to confess and pray for them. Okay? That shit was done before. And every time you employ that shit, it's never gone right. It's never gone well. It's a bad tactic. The moral outrage angle is fucking awful. It does not it's not productive. It's it's a very easy way out of things, and you see it all the time in our news and our press and everything. And the way, not just that, but the way products are presented before us, they make an emotional appeal because we have a society now that honestly can't handle a logical appeal, but they can process an emotional appeal. Like that makes sense to them. An emotional appeal makes sense to them. I look at it this way: my ancestors left Europe in 1600 for a reason. That's how I see it. It reminds me, if you want a Dave Chappelle moment, get a picture under the KK flag in the National Heroes Monument when you're in Manila. Hell yeah. It'll end up but yeah, it'll be on social media and I'll get fired from my job and be some awful, stupid witch hunt. Because even taking your picture in jest, you're not allowed to make fun of that. That's not funny. A lot of people were abused and yeah, I know that, motherfucker. I got my share of that. But if we're not allowed to laugh about it, then all you're allowed to do is cry about it. And if all you're doing is crying about it, then all you're doing is making the people that hate you more powerful. And why do you want to keep giving them more and more power? Why do people keep giving stupid ideologies more and more power by, playing this really pathetic avoidance game, right? White nationalists drink milk. Milk stands for white purity. Don't drink milk. Oh my God, the OK sign. It's racist because there are 3 fingers at the bottom and those stand for KKK. Like, Pepe the Frog is. Why do we keep giving? If I was a white nationalist at this point, I would take whatever the fuck I want because we've given them that amount of power. We've just said, oh, whatever you guys like, we're going to ban. It's going to become, we're going to take that away from the people in the middle, right? The people that don't give a shit. I will still drink milk. No. If you drink milk, Octave, because you're in the middle, there's some, again, some fucking upstanding moral motherfucker telling me, oh, if you drink milk, Octave, you can't do that. That's white nationalist. I can't do what? I can't drink milk because a white nationalist who was trolling clearly said, no, that's ours. And you listened to them? Like you gave them that kind of power? Fuck is wrong with you? That's all. Uh, Like why do you don't give people that stupid and that insignificant that amount of power. The whole Charleston thing, right? If you're there from the physical counts, people were saying there were between 200 and 300 white nationalists at in Charleston, right? Okay, that's fine. There were between 3 and 4,000 counter protesters at Charleston. So I think we know where we stand. But instead of saying, "Hey, here's a minority group of dickheads that were walking around the street chanting stupid shit and holding tiki torches of all things," instead of saying what a fucking joke these guys are, we said, "Oh my God, here they come. Oh my God, what are we gonna do?" And we gave them all the fucking power in the world. We're so scared. And not only did we give these upstanding moral fucks give them the power, they took power from people in the middle because, oh, well, we're going to take these rights away from the general population because these white nationalists did it once. We can't let them. Like, what the fuck is the matter with people? Like, stop giving these worthless dickheads power. Stop. Stop giving them power over you. Stop letting them ban shit that you like because they use it or they do it too. Fuck is the matter with you? Do you let like do you let the shitty kid in your class do that to you? Like stop being so fucking weak. These people are a joke. Start treating them like a joke. Stop acting like the I'm sorry. Like who is the weakling if in this scenario? If you've given them that much power over you and your day to day and your precious psyche. I just don't feel safe on this campus. What the yeah, why would you give anyone, especially someone that you purport to hate, that much power over your day to day? Fuck that guy. Hitler ate broccoli, eat like 4 times the broccoli. And eat it in front of a bunch of Hitler youth and say, yeah, Hitler ate broccoli, but all us Jewish people, we love that broccoli, man. That would basically put them on the back foot and like, how come the Führer likes the broccoli? You know what I mean? Like, who who comes up with this shit? But it's true. Why do we give them so much power? It makes no sense at all. So what I'm saying to you guys is if I post something that's like legitimately hateful or bigoted or racist, in my opinion, the appropriate response is to laugh at it. It's not to go, oh, clutch the pearls. Oh my God, what has happened here? And, this happened at a Big Five sporting goods store. Therefore, we will never go to Big Five ever again. Like, what? What the fuck? Like, really? Really? Stupidest fucking mentality. And I'm not even talking about the bigots. Like, the bigots, at least, they have a stupid mentality, but they're not supposed to have the good mentality, right? You're using the same tactics that they are. Anyway, that was my rant for the night. You see me posting like, hey, there's a dick and all this shit happened. Like, post humor. Post humor. Don't, oh my God, how dare they? Because that shit doesn't work. That shit just emboldens people. The more you act like some pearl clutching, couch feigning fool. Someone remind me why we're hating on Big Five again. Fuck Big Five. Yeah. I don't know. Am I the only person who feels that way? I feel like we give the people we hate way too much power by giving them any at all. I don't know. Whatevs, man. Somebody remind me why we're hating on Big Five. Okay, what were the colors I used? I used this color and cold gray. Okay, so we're gonna do the basing and stuff. Oh, wait, I was working on Blade Wolf Sky still. Again, I realize that my opinion it may be a minority opinion. It probably is, but that can't be right. The let's use the exact same tactics that these assholes use and that has been used throughout the history of humankind doing shitty things to each other. Like, that cannot be the answer, people. I really do think Blazing Saddles is the answer. Blazing Saddles is the answer because Blazing Saddles makes you laugh at everything. And if you can laugh at everything, then nothing has power over you. Guy has like cool like runes on his bode. Damn that Big Five. You know what I would do? Me being the dickhead capitalist I am. Capitalist swine. I would be, let's say I was big five, right? And I wanted to take down Oshman Sporting Goods. Well, I would manufacture outrage either at Big Five or at Oshman's. This many? This guy is from the Wild West Exodus 2-player starter box. What the hell happened here? Hold up, man. Oh, what's that? Been looking at some of the Wild West Exodus minis. They look good. They do look good. Been painting some. Okay. Anyways. They do look good. I'm not convinced to play that game, but I'll paint the minis. And we'll use them for Shadows of Brimstone, because Shadows of Brimstone is the best Wild West game. Sorry, Weird West. It is the best Weird West game. I am a lawyer. Made leaps and bounds progress on my Escher as Octave ranted about the alt-right and alt-left. Yeah, fuck those alts. No, I hate the entire... If you want my honest opinion, which I give anyway, whether or not you want it. I hate the entire right-left argument. I think it's the wrong argument. I think the very argument between right and left is wrong, because right and left have become so polarized that it's the horseshoe theory. They push so far right, their ideology is actually left, and likewise with the left, they push so far right that their ideologies are a lot more similar than they realize. In my opinion, the real argument is authoritarian versus libertarian. And I don't mean libertarian like the political party libertarian. I mean individual liberties versus authoritarian, which comes from well, we're going to keep everyone safe, but you know what I mean? We're going to take your liberties away, but everyone's going to be safe. Versus you can do what you want, but there's going to be consequences for it. And that whole idea, you can do anything you want, but there's going to be consequences for it, died somewhere in the late 90s when, when individual accountability started to be considered gauche. I know I'm not using that term properly. Yeah, not sold on the game. Yeah, they lost me when they're like, oh, this plays on a 4x6 table. And I was told by people that the game now plays on a 4x4, but that's not good enough. Wrath of Kings plays on a 4x4, and I can barely tolerate that. And I love Wrath of Kings. Wow, lost a lot of definition. The back end of this base here. It's okay though. But yeah, fuck outrage. Mockery is the way to go. You want to disarm someone, you want to take someone's balls away from them. You laugh at them, you make them a joke. You get everything they say out in public, and you let them say it. This whole, oh, this person is too dangerous to speak shit. That has got to be the weakest bullshit I've ever heard. Like, this is a free fucking country, man. People are supposed to be able to say dumb shit. Octave wants that 2x2, and Eden got what you want, baby. You do have 2x2. I'm not sold on the Eden rule set. I'd have to try it out. I'm gonna save up some funds around the holidays and save up enough for me to get one, maybe two Eden starters. and play a game of it. Put them together, paint them, grab a willing or not so willing volunteer. Could be Andrew, could be Matt, could be anybody, could be Jose. And try out the game and see if we like it. I'm not sold on it. I saw the rule set. Seems okay. Nothing really grabbed me. I had a little bit of concern with the fact that every part of your body is its own damage chart. So it's kind of like, hordes, but more. The damage charts are more complex than hordes, more complex than War Machine and hordes. Because hordes, I think you get like mind and spirit and or body and all that kind of stuff, right? This is more extensive than that. Better not be any mixed races in here, says Canvas. Should open up a Japanese love hotel. But instead of rooms for doing the naughty, it's rooms where I try to sell you a game. Yeah, damage chart like hit location. Yeah, you have you have damage charts for your arms and your head and your body and all this other stuff. So and then as those things, as you fill up those damage charts, your stats go down, and all kind of thing happen. That's all. Canvas, you painting anything, or you hanging out, man? What's up? Yeah, everyone is a mini warjack. Yeah, and I don't know if I like that. If I'm being honest with you, I don't know if that's a good enough experience, or like that. What does that ultimately do? I mean, tracking a bunch of damage charts, it makes the game more intricate, but it doesn't necessarily make a game more fun. And for me, if we're talking the mechanics of what makes a miniatures game fun, the fun shit is things like on the board, things like outmaneuvering an opponent, or using using a combination of weak abilities to do something rather spectacular, or figuring out how to thwart a really powerful model with a not so powerful model. These are the kinds of things, like these are the kinds of moments and stuff that happen during your miniature gaming, that makes those games more enjoyable. Not, oh well, we got this really clever you know uh, mechanic, and that's what's going to make it fun because it seemed so smart when we did it. That doesn't make a game fun, man. It might make a game intricate, but and I think that's a distinction that people just lose sight of, because you hear people bragging about specific rules or mechanics or whatever. You like this, you get to roll a lot of dice and then you can re-roll them. Like they brag about shit that's not fun. It's just they think it's clever, and but you're trying to decide, am I going to keep playing this shit? Am I going to keep playing this game? And that decision is more around, did I have a good experience playing it, than do I think the game designer is a smart dude? And I tried to explain that to a friend of mine who was designing a game. He designed a miniatures game. And I'm not saying it's a bad miniatures game, but he would ask me, like, how do you feel about this mechanic or that mechanic? And I'd be like, I feel nothing, because it didn't make the game more or less fun for me. Like it didn't marry up with the fluff. That's another thing you can do to make a game fun, is if you come up uh with a good theme for a video game, like say you were a radioactive wasteland theme, for example, and you married up a specific game mechanic, maybe exposure level, right? And you marry it up, then that becomes fun. But instead, if you're like, oh, this is a post-apocalyptic game, but we're using D30s because we determined that the random distribution on a 30-sided dice is more realistic for our situations. That doesn't necessarily make it more fun. And it's like, oh, well, we're going to allow ricochet charts because that's more realistic. And if you were, I had another friend that was trying to design a game, and he kept bragging like, oh, well, I actually had someone from Department of Homeland Security help me design this particular game mechanic, or I had a real life chiropractor explain to me how back damage occurs, so that way when we start talking about your models receiving back damage, we can say it's actually from, a licensed chiropractor. Who gives a shit? Is that fun? That, like, you can tell me up and down like this is really smart and clever, but if it's not fun, then it's not fucking fun, and you're not going to play it. You're gonna, well, some people, like, there, I'm sure there may be like some game snobs out there go, no, you see, this is quite clever, and I'm gonna keep playing. And you're gonna be like, yeah, but can you shower next time? Like, you could do that to like the clever people. Being clever is not being fun. I don't think we conflate those issues. Like, you can be clever and not fun. You can be fun and very simple. Some like Wild in the Streets. Wild in the Streets is the easiest miniatures game mechanically out there. It's stupidly easy, and it's fun for that reason, because it's very much a beer and pretzel game, and the designer designed it that way, and he makes no apologies about it. That's what he wanted to do. That's what he set out to do, and I think he did a good job of that. So, I don't know. I guess I'm in a little bit of a ranty mood tonight, because can't figure out how to get my damn weeb music to play on Hangout. Canvas, you miss the music, man. I know you do. I know you miss it. You can tell me. You can tell me that you miss it. So yeah, I'm gonna try to reserve judgment for Eden. The miniatures look good. I'm gonna paint those. Um, but yeah, that particular mechanic with the multiple damage charts on limbs, I was like, eesh, why? Why'd they do that? But you never know. It's probably fun. All these miniature games are fun if you're playing them with the right people. They're all fun. The problem is finding the right people. Mm-hmm. Look at that, man. We are getting there, people. If there are that many charts, I'd play BattleTech. Yeah, right now, I think my favorite miniature games are the ones that have the slick mechanics, that are the least amount of hassle, that are the most straightforward, and that resolving actions and combats and things move at a fast pace, as opposed to a, let's be realistic, but you got to compute every aspect of what the fuck is going on pace. Um, that's what Matt was complaining about Infinity the other day. He's like, yeah, I like Infinity, but like, even just like taking a shot you had to do a bunch of math. Well, let's see. I'm in this range band and I'm +4 to hit, and you have -4. You're in this cover, and let's sit down and do the math. Every shot in the game is that way, and that gets old quick, man. So that's what he was bitching about. I don't know. Does that make is what I'm saying makes sense? I'm making the argument essentially that fun and clever are not the same thing. And the more the more you push for complicated yet realistic, there's no correlation between that and whether or not people will like or enjoy a game. So, if you're gonna we got this guy in who's a crash test engineer to explain, what happens when your body hits a windshield at 54 miles per hour. No, thanks, Jose. Yeah, I think it's a fair criticism. If you like, yeah, you made this game mechanic. It's clever. Is it fun? That's what you're trying to determine. I can say you're clever at making game rules all you want, but you might be a terrible game designer because your games are boring. That's what I'm saying. I need to do like a blue wash or something on this. Yeah, let's do a blue wash on the Zalek proper. I'm gonna do a purple wash. That might be interesting. I think the blue is better. Clarify, it's not a huge chart as a warjack or a beast. If your character isn't mounted, it's 4 limbs with about 4 hitboxes. Any of those hits 0, you die. But um, Congo, on the way down, as you climb down these limb charts, stats are affected, right? I mean, there's got to be a point to the decay. Otherwise, you could just say, well, we'll just combine all those limbs into a single damage track, and once the damage track hits 0, then you die. Like, there's no point in saying, well, you have 4 hit points on your arms and 4 on your legs, and wow, that left arm just keeps getting hit. I mean, is there a strategy that people can employ? Well, you know what? Aim for his left arm. Like, can you do that in game? And if so, is it the question remains, is that fun? Oh, well, things were going great for Jim until I decided I would attack the limb that had the most damage. Like, I don't see a lot of scenarios where, and again, I could be totally wrong. When you hit the last 2 red boxes, a stat is affected. So yeah, I mean, there is a consequence for getting down into those damage tracks. I don't know. Is it fun? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I believe damage is random. Yeah. What does that do actually? Other than, it gives you some thematic moments of, wow, he got shot in the arm early in the game and he lost his ability to shoot effectively for the rest of the game. And I lost the game because they randomly hit that arm enough times. Does that enhance the game? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it does. But again, I don't. know enough about the rules to say yes or no. All right. And we're doing fairly well here. Okay, let that dry. All right. I'm looking at Hokuto no Ken's card, and it looks like an abbreviated Horde's damage chart with an extra spiral. What faction does Hokuto no Ken fight for? I should collect that faction. Because I need to dry your tears on that shit. Dry your tears. Get a little blade here. Looking to see if anyone has him online. Oh, the Hokuto no Ken? All right. We are almost done, people. Just moving through. Flying through this last little bit of washing. This is actually perfect because I probably won't be painting again until like Sunday night, right? Because if gaming happens tomorrow night, then I'm not painting then. I'm not painting Thursday night because gaming, we're gonna stream gaming from here most likely. Then I won't be painting Friday night because we got the Friday night fiasco, so I won't be painting that night either. So yeah, it's gonna be a while before I paint again once these guys are done. But I'm just gonna. He's a must buy. The only thing that would be better would hard gate in a Hokuto no Ken. Who, but is Hokuto no Ken from Eden? And what faction? Because I need to play that faction. Whatever faction has Hokuto no Ken in it. He's in the Mercs faction. Okay. Guess I'm playing the Mercs. I actually want to play, if I play, I want to play, what's it called? Convoy, I think? The one that's just a straight up Road Warrior faction. Because they have a bunch of models that I think are cool. but there only seem to be only 2 mercs in the whole I think you can hire them out of faction, but I don't know. All right. It's not the most glamorous, but she'll do. Convoy, if you're talking about tennis IUB. I do love Convoy. Yes. That is, I will buy that faction, and I don't know. I was looking at that, like that Saracen type faction, that Arabic faction. That looks pretty cool too. I might get that. All right. Check out. What do you think of your Shadows of Brimstone character, Blade Wolf? Oh, that's wrong. Wrong color. Is that gonna do for you? I don't know. That's kind of a shitty question because you could say no. No, it's not, and I'm gonna say, well, too bad. Matriarchy or Escari? Yeah, Escari is the. I think that's the like the Saracen type faction. Oh, thanks, Blade Wolf. Let's get him queued up and try not to get him killed tomorrow night. I need to dig into my stuff and find my my other minis that I plan on using for the Wednesday party. All right, here we go. I see robots faction tempting also, but I say you should stop saying stuff like what I like because it's not like I'm gonna paint them anytime soon if I ever get them. A little self-awareness happening there. Wow. No, I'm just kidding. Mostly looking at the snake tribe for Bushido. I forgot what tribe, what clan I liked in Bushido, but there was one, but I couldn't find anything for it. Bushido, I like just a bit of everything. Oh, cool. All right. So nice. I ended up with 2 Zalek, a Galvanic Defender, and the Mighty Tor. Bushido is also tempting. Yes, I know self-awareness. Yeah, you're realistic. Well, I'm not going to get it because It's going to be years and years before, or sometime before I can actually get around to it. You want to know where my self-awareness fails with regards to like the hobby is when I buy like board games and I say, we're going to play this board game, and I buy it and bring it home, paint up all the pieces for it, and then we never play it. That's where my self-awareness fails. I should look at these games and go, nope, probably never going to play that. Although now we are playing a lot of my board games now, so I'm pretty stoked about that. You have a Princess Leia mini from Matriarchy. Okay. Whew. That was definitely a rush job, but they'll look okay. They'll look okay when we put them on the board with all the pigs and the dudes. And it is just about to hit midnight again, so I know it's super late. Let's start putting stuff away. So yeah, another productive night of painting. And we'll see what happens for tomorrow. But a couple of Zalek done. Not too much to write home about. I mean, they're just floating mines, essentially. Mighty Tor still drying. You know, still a bunch of work to be done on him, but I can throw him on a board now and he'll look okay. Another Zalek. Oh. The Galvanic Defender. I like him. Real simple paint job on him. And finally, we got Monsieur Blade Wolf in the B-Boy stance. Pretty dope. Anyway, so that's going to do it for this video. Want to thank everyone for watching. Have a good night, guys. We're going to catch you on the next one, probably tomorrow night. So tune in. We'll probably do some gaming. Have a good one. Bye.